bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Rooms is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro?
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and it's Tuesday on the week of the Bitcoin conference, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with Trump speaking on Saturday. This is going to be an absolute big week. I know it doesn't look that way in the prices, but this is actually a good thing. Because normally what happens before a conference is the price usually goes up into the conference and then we dip. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. This feels a little different to me. This is very somber. It's very quiet. We're up and Bitcoin's at 68,000, so we're not sitting at 58,000. But at the same time, I don't think we're gonna get the sell off that we normally see going into the conference, which is really, really good. Which shows me that the announcements in the conference are going to boost us to Valhalla, guys. I think next week is going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to head into August. We're going to head into September looking really good. The bull market hasn't even started yet, right? So we are in the very, very early days. I'm still thinking 700K next year, next July, next August. So look forward to that. There's good times ahead. So just deal with this quiet, this boring, these down only. I know your rune fags are dead. I know your BRC20s are dead. Your track tokens don't feel alive at all right now, but it's coming. I promise you. So just stick in the ecosystem, hang out for a little bit longer, and you will be rewarded. This happened to us last year. August and last September were really rough for ordinals, but October was absolutely massive. December, absolutely massive, and again in February, and I think we're about to head into that type of season again. We got a lot to talk about today, so to kind of get the show started, I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is going on?
What's going on, man? So this is your last show for the week. How are you feeling, and what are you kind of expecting for the rest of the week?
Yeah, well, I was playing basketball last night, tweaked my back, and I was like, this is the worst time for me to get an injury, but I iced it, and I'm feeling better, more positive this morning. But I'm excited about the conference. Excited to see all you guys that are going to be there. Excited for the announcements. Bitcoin's price action is a little funky right now. Yeah. Completely thrown off by the charts this morning, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that what plays out is what you just mentioned, right? People aren't necessarily buying up so much before the conference, but a little bit by a little bit, and then once these announcements drop, it can cause a spike. So we'll see.
For sure.
Be interesting.
And I'm really interested to kind of sit at the stages, right? Inside the conference and kind of just take everything in. This is my first Bitcoin conference, so it's gonna be pretty amazing. I've been, August 8th will be my 4th year in crypto, and it's kind of cool that the conference is now, and I'm expecting just to kind of learn, kind of take in a lot of different things, and really feel really educated going, like, leaving the conference, right? It's gonna be nice, the big announcements and stuff, but at the end of the day, learning about Bitcoin and learning about this ecosystem is the real knowledge is power, right? So I think
Yeah.
that's one thing that people don't have to understand as well. As long as you're learning, it doesn't matter about your bags will come later, but learning and understanding Bitcoin is going to keep you so much further than people that don't even know what Bitcoin is right now.
Yeah, 100%. And as we've seen, there's tons of events that
Yeah.
are there to educate you, right? So we signed up for all of them. We want to learn as much as we can about the, emerging sectors of the space that we're in, and we will. And so
Yeah.
definitely recommend you guys do the same if you're going to be attending.
Yeah, we're gonna be hanging with Mr. Sheedy. I can't wait for that. Hanging out with the community. It's gonna be fun. If you guys are going to Nashville, hit us up. We'll send you the links to sign up for the events that we're going to. We're gonna try to spend a lot of time at the conference itself, but we will be hitting the side events a lot. So we have a lot of them signed up just in case we're gonna leave the events. Something gets a little boring, or we got to go to this one, right? So sign up for the events anyway. Be at the conference. Really excited. But let's get the show on the road here. The biggest news of the day, obviously, would be the spot ETF trading officially live. Grayscale yesterday sent $3 billion to Coinbase. We don't know if Coinbase is going to be their custodian or this is set up to sell. But this happened over the last 2 days. They've been sending Ethereum in batches. So we will see what happens. But what can you tell us so far about this this live ETF of Ethereum?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a bunch of price action really happening, positive price action, not necessarily any negative as well. It's kind of just hanging out at like 34.80 around that range, right?
Yeah.
And what I expected, if you remember the Bitcoin spot ETF, it didn't just take off right when it launched. And so this is normal, in my opinion. I do think that we see an increase with Ethereum's price action probably, maybe the middle of August, around there. I feel like that's what it took about 2-3 weeks for Bitcoin's ETF to really get going. But once it did, you definitely saw the impact. And I think we'll see the similar impact here.
100%. What are you kind of expecting for the rest of the week with Ethereum?
Probably chopping back and forth between 34 to 3600. Might show a slight bump up but then pull back. Nothing spectacular. I could be completely wrong. I'm just going based off of our experience from the ETF. I also don't expect a ton of like sell off from Bitcoin and to buy into this ETF. Maybe next month, whenever it's running, and maybe you have like Ethereum at like, I don't know, 5,500 or something, or 4,500, sorry, or something like that, and people are FOMOing. Maybe you see some of that, but I just don't think it's going to be that impactful in terms of Bitcoin's price action. So that's just my guess there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel the same way. I feel like I do feel like we're gonna have some inflows, but I feel like we're gonna have some outflows as well from the Ethereum Trust, which is now the Grayscale ETF. So we'll see if the buying outweighs the selling. People might be waiting for Grayscale to sell down a little bit before they enter. So we'll see what that entails. But I definitely see Ethereum over 4,000 by the end of the month. I think just having that ETF gives more people to buying power. I don't think Grayscale does sell it off. I think they did send it as just Coinbase to custodian, because that's what they're going to do. Coinbase, that's one of their prime ways to make money is custodian crypto, because they've never been hacked for as far as I know, and so that's pretty good. So I'm hoping this Ethereum that was sent there is being custodianed by Coinbase and for the ETF, but we'll see.
Yep.
All right, jump to the next thing now. Senator Cynthia Loomis, who is she's pretty amazing Bitcoiner, right? She's been a Bitcoiner since 2013. She bought Bitcoin back then. She said she doesn't hold much, which is a senator thing to say when you probably hold a lot. But anyway, she says big things are in store this week. Stay tuned. she will be one of the people speaking. I know. I think what is it? Tulsi Gabbard, right? She's another senator speaking, or former senator. I don't know if she's still in there. And then obviously you have Trump. What do you think she means by this? Do you think she has an announcement, or do you think she's maybe helping Trump with his announcement?
Possibly. Everybody's speculating that Trump is
Yeah.
going to announce some sort of strategic plan to incorporate Bitcoin into the strategic reserve plan to strengthen the dollar, right? So this could be part of that. Maybe it's something completely different. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think that one thing that you have to really kind of, take note of is the politicians that are attending this event and speaking, they're really on one side of the aisle. And this is not like to make anything, bipartisan or partisan, sorry. But if you look at it, it is like Vivek is on the conservative side. So is Loomis. So is Trump,
Vance.
obviously. Vance and all that. For the people that are going to be attending. So I would love to see like someone on the left attend this, right? And the only other one that was on the left and she's now on the right is what's her name? You mentioned her first. Was it
Tulsi
Tucker?
Gabbard?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Tulsi. Yeah. Her. So, I think we should want people on the left to start to attend these too, just because, I mean, unfortunately, we are in this, two-party system in America, and I don't see that going away. So, if they want to, be more popular in our industry, they're gonna have to start sending some people to these events.
Well, Robert Kennedy is speaking as well. He's set to speak. So he's obviously a Democrat. I mean, but now he's running as an independent right now because the Democrats won't let him on the ticket.
Does he count then?
So, well, technically, I mean, he could run for a senator role if the president's stuff doesn't go well, and he would run as a Democrat.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see. All right. We just mentioned it, but we'll just hit on it real quickly. Trump getting ready to announce United States of America plans to adopt Bitcoin as strategic reserve asset. So this is what everyone is expecting. That his speech. What happens if he comes out and doesn't really announce this? What happens if Trump comes out and just has, basically what he's already been saying about, I'm going to make sure all the Bitcoin is made in America. I'm going to make sure that you guys are, are good, but doesn't come out and say Bitcoin's added to the strategic reserve asset if I become president.
I think that's going to be a disappointment.
Yeah.
Because it's out there on the Twitter timelines, right? So I think it would be a disappointment. But there's also not an official statement that Elon's going to be there, but there's a lot of speculation that he's going to be there and interview Trump.
Well,
right?
the people that follow his plane say his plane is in Nashville.
Okay, gotcha. So I think that interview would probably, I would imagine that would be about this, right? So I don't know. I think I would be personally disappointed because that's something that I'm looking forward to. At the same time, it could be something that's released later.
Yeah, that's one thing about having a private plane, right? You can get anywhere pretty quickly. so we'll see if that, maybe he just wants some hot chicken and then he's on the way back.
Yeah, because he can't find it anywhere in California or Texas.
All right, jumping here. This is China just made a surprise interest rate cut of 0.25 to stimulate the economy. So this wasn't like there wasn't no meeting, nothing. They just came out and said, "Hey, we're cutting interest rates by 2.25." I think again, this is another country that's cutting interest rates. I think potentially maybe we cut them this month. If not, then definitely September. Because I don't think there's a rate. There's not a rate cut in August. It's July 31st or 30th or something, and then there's one in September.
Yeah. So this kind of rolls into the hype of China being pro Bitcoin. There's a lot of speculation and news coming out for that. That no surprise that they don't have meetings. They just make those decisions. It's kind of how they do things over there. But it's another country that's jumping on this bandwagon to cut interest rates, right? So I wonder how this is going to affect their real estate industry, because their real estate industry has been struggling, and their smaller and regional banks have been struggling because of that, right? People defaulting on loans and stuff. So, you know, maybe they're just trying to get their stock market and crypto, that they're being more pro crypto about, like, that market going. And so we'll see. I think it's inevitable that our, you know, side is going to start doing it when, I would say, probably the next 2 rate cut opportunities, right? So by September.
This is something that's been rumored around. I saw Wendy O talking about it yesterday, but SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, Gary the Gun, tipped to resign in 2025 after Biden exit. What do you think about this? We've had 4 years of hell with the guy who, when he was appointed, I remember being happy about this because he was a Bitcoin guy. He was, you know, he taught Bitcoin at MIT. He talked really good about Algorand in that same video. He understands blockchain. He understands a lot of this stuff. But when it really came down to it, it came down to him really being intimidated by Elizabeth Warren and really just going with the trend of what everyone was saying. He became anti everything that he once came out and was educating other people about. I don't think Gary Gensler is a bad guy. I just think that he is a puppet for these senators. And when push came to shove, he, you know, his initial understanding just kind of went by the wayside, and he was just yes sir, no sir, and then he became that guy. Oh, he understands crypto, he understands this, and then just became that dictator type of SEC chairman that just nothing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, this is exactly what Vivek Ramaswamy is talking about when he's talking about the unelected bureaucrats that run these organizations, right? And I think what happened is that he came into this position and he had to change his perception, because the goal of this position and him being successful at this specific position went against everything that he kind of thought about and wanted to do previous to taking this position. And you see, it's a perfect example of how you see kind of, I don't want to go conspiracy theory, but, like, you know, when they say the deep state working with, like, politicians, I mean, Elizabeth Warren, right? And working with the banks and working so closely with Gary Gensler. So I'm excited about this because, you know, Bitcoiners probably didn't hate him as much as the rest of crypto for the longest time, because he was harder on the other assets. But you have to understand, when Bitcoin's ecosystem grows, and now we're talking about, you know, fungibles and non-fungibles on Bitcoin, now it affects the Bitcoin ecosystem too, right? How he is. So I think everybody probably is you know, taking a deep breath of fresh air with this, and hope that he does in fact resign in 2025.
Yeah. And I'm hoping, you know, the crypto mom, the SEC, I forget her name, it's off the top of my head. You know what I'm talking about? The crypto SEC chairman, lady. Not Cindy, she's the other one.
I forgot her name. Yeah. She's pro crypto though.
Yeah, for sure.
I forgot her name. It starts with an H.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody in the chat will put it in there soon, but but it's that time of the day. What do you think the Bitcoin fear and greed is at today? Yesterday was a 70. Last week was a 65. Where would you put the fear and greed number for today?
So I'm gonna guess that we got a little bit greedier, because yesterday up until 8 p.m. I'm gonna say 71.
Okay, let's see it. 71 it is, bro. Congratulations. You got to own the number.
Oh my gosh, finally. No, I'm not gonna
You're all over the place.
I can see it through the thing on the bottom.
Oh, did you? I didn't even know you could do that.
I had to get one right, man. I had to get one right. No, I'm actually shocked that it's 71.
Really?
So I would have guessed something else. To be honest, this chart just is all over the place. So
yeah, man. All right. It's that time of the show. We kind of go over the Bitcoin price action. I actually haven't looked at the price for the last hour or so. So I'm curious what is going on.
Yeah, let's do it. Before we do that, guys, on the YouTube side, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. Smash that like for us as well. On the Twitter side, please share this space, guys. And the SEC employee's name was Hester Pierce.
Hester
Correct.
Pierce. Okay, cool.
Yep. All right, so let's get this Bitcoin price action going with the charts here. Okay, so on the 1 hour chart, that will kind of let us know, or try to let us know, how the rest of today is going to go. We're sitting right at 66.99, or right under 67,000. You know, it looked very doom and gloom, you know, for the past, since the 22nd, so since yesterday, around midday. It was just down only, really, this downtrend happening, and then bam, this huge green candle came out of nowhere. I'm not so sure why this happened. You know, it was unexpected. The 4 hour chart and the 1 hour chart were really just pointing to further bleed out, and so it really confused me. So we did have this really, you know, engulfing green candle here. So now the question is this a start of a reversal, right? We did have some pullback here as well. So the stochastic RSI is showing, hey, we were down here, kind of just staying down and oversold, tried to bounce up, came back down, and now this huge green candle came up. So we'll see if this can in fact create a reversal here. On the MACD, it looks like the sell pressure is died down for sure. So it looks like we're about to enter buy pressure. And if you look like the last time we were in buy pressure, it did not last very long. You know, it was very short lived. So we've really been in consistent sell pressure since, you know, the end of 2 days ago, because it's like midnight, really. So I could see some, you know, aggressive price action on the way up happening here, and possibly hit that reversal. Let's see here. I'm going to take you to the hour chart that I can actually draw on. So, you know, bullish reversal, we're going to see, right, if this can actually play out. The first price point we got to kind of break over is that 67,770 mark right there. That will kind of give us that first indicator we're on our way. And then if we can break that second resistance point here at 68,400, then we're on our way to something bullish heading into the conference, right? So that's a lot, though, to ask to come from 67,000 all the way to 68,400, but we've seen it happen multiple times in a single day, right? So yeah, so that's kind of where we are for the rest of the day. I do see, you know, that's a big, huge green candle. So I can see this possibly at least, you know, hitting that first point of resistance here at that 800 price point there. Okay, so the 4 hour chart, not looking as great here. You can see we, you know, have been in oversold for a bit on the stochastic RSI. Well, not too long, I guess, since 7 a.m. yesterday. But hanging out here, and also, you know, still looks pretty strong for the sell pressure. So if the hour chart does push us back up, you know, past that 67,800 mark, we could, you know, bounce out of this, kind of break down the sell pressure, and then come out of that on the 4 hour chart, and then have a good rest of the week. If it doesn't happen on the hour chart, and, you know, we just hang out here and then further down, then we can just continue this bleed out on the 4 hour chart, and the rest of the week will be probably not so great, but not horrible. I still don't expect like a huge bleed out. And so that is for the next couple of days. And then the 12 hour chart right here, this is not looking very great, right? We had this flagpole, kind of went into this bull flag, and it played out well. But then we have this kind of, you know, exhaustion, I would say, of buy pressure. We can see the buy pressure is ending here on the MACD on the 12 hour chart, and then we are on our way back down to try to enter the oversold, you know, get below the 20 point mark on the stochastic RSI. And if that happens, you know, we might end up finishing July maybe not so great, but it could just still be like choppy, you know, so not necessarily a huge bleed out, but 64, 66, 67, around there. Now, if we just come down here and bounce right back up, or we don't even make it there and bounce up, finish July strong and the beginning of August strong, that could be a possibility there as well. So next week and a half is a little bit, you know, if I were to say anything, maybe some more bleed out with a little bit of downtrend, just based on this chart, but anything can happen, especially with news coming out of the conference.
Yeah, man. Great job. Awesome.
Thanks.
All right, we'll jump to the next part of the show. The roll call. If you do watch the show, I had someone hit me up. It's like, dude, I watch the Spotify. I never make roll call, but I just want to let you know I watch the show. So if you guys do watch the show and Spotify and stuff like that, just put it in the comments. We can see those comments as well. There's not a lot of comments come from over there, but like it's pretty cool.
Can they actually comment from Spotify?
Yeah, you can comment now. Now that we're doing the videos, yeah. So, yep. All right, let's see who's first. Tim Bake, dude. I think you are just winning now. You win. I don't know if you got to set up on an alert or something, but you are just on your shiz here, man. Congratulations to you. You win again. I think you might be the leader. I should start counting this, but congratulations, Tim Baker. You win today. First is first. That's just how Bitcoin works, and you're number one. Followed closely by Reziak about 20 minutes later. Shout out to you, Reziak. Appreciate you, my friend. And Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me and I love you. It's that time again. Followed by Piccolo is in the building. Shout out to Piccolo, man. Crypto Noob is here. My man PJNZ. So PJNZ is one of the guys who hit me up on Discord because I was making sure I'd seen everybody. And I don't really check my messages over there. So just message me at Shizzy Sats. And he's at Yagobi on X. That's the best place to reach us if you're trying to reach us. So sorry about that. It's just Discord it's crazy sometimes. And then we got my man BitRenz is in the building, followed by Danny Boy. He said, "Holy moly!" Shout out to you, Danny, one of our mods. Appreciate you.
Holy moly.
Wedro is here. It's a Tap Tuesday, tap sub all. Thank you, Webdro. I think it's your first time here. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, my friend. Lucky Lukey is here. And then shout out to my guy, Yasher, man. Yasher's always killing it. He's one of our mods. He helps us out every single day. We appreciate you, my friend. Ordinal Tweets is here. I Walk Alone is in the building. Says,
what was that? There was dot, and is that a baby?
A little baby chick out of an egg.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Morning? I don't know. I Walk Alone. He says, GM, Ordinal Revolution fam. Let's tap into Rich. Don't forget to like and share. Choose Rich. Shout out to I Walk Alone, man. Appreciate you, my friend. Dream Baked is here. He said, when tap ETF? Tuesday. Definitely Tuesday. I'm not sure what Tuesday, but it will definitely be a Tuesday. That's just kind of when ETFs go live. Glasshopper is here. Joko is here. No Limit, dude. Shout out to you. Joko, I'm gonna read his comment. It said, GM. Okay, that's a question. We'll get to you in a little bit, I promise. No Limit is here. Shout out to you, No Limit. It's been here all week, man. Shout out to you. KDN is here. Chief Axel's in the building. Itatoshi. So, guys, Itatoshi's gonna be joining me live tomorrow. Yagobi will not be here because he'll be driving to Nashville, but I will be here because my plane doesn't leave till 3. So I'm going to do the show, and Itatoshi is going to help me out, and we're going to grind it out, and it's going to be fun. So tune in tomorrow for Itoshi. He said he's nervous, guys. So bring the questions. Let's get those nervous out of him. So shout out to you, Itoshi. Chain Watcher is here. Ant-Man's in the building. Cheaty is in the building. Shout out to Cheaty. Dr. Berg. We got Doctor in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So if anybody has any issues, just call Dr. Berg, because he's our ordinal doctor. Mr. Sheedy said, what's cracking, fellas? Hope everyone is having a great day. And we got my man Sogo's in the building. Ethereum Dad. He's always here. When is you going to become Bitcoin Dad, bro? Bitcoin Dad needs to be here.
Change that up, man.
Crypto Cats is here. My man eBuck is in the building. Shout out to eBuck, man. Funny story about eBuck. He put something under Francis, and then Francis blocked him.
What?
Hit me up. He's like, yo, why did Francis block me, man? He's like, this is messed up. So I hit Francis. I'm like, yeah, why'd you block my boy? He was like, I didn't even know I did it. It was like, I blocked so many different people, but I got eBuck unblocked. So if Francis blocks you, let me know. I'll make sure he unblocks you. Trade is here. That's a pretty cool name, Trait. Kai Effect. Yasher. BitPits is here. And I got to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you.
Sorry,
bless you, child.
Eric GTF is here. He says cheap viewers. I guess he's one of our few Twitch. So guys have a Twitch. We go live on Twitch every day, but we get these comments where we can find cheap viewers. So that's pretty cool. I'm not interested, but thank you anyway. Yasher says Snowden going to speak at the conference too. That's going to be big. Obviously, he's going to be either a hologram or on a big screen. It'd be cool if he's a hologram though. Big Goof Guy is here. Shout out to Big Goof Guy. Mr. Sheedy has talked to me into buying my first bitmap this morning. Congratulations, man. Your first bitmap. Welcome to the community. And so it begins. Second day being here. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. If you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to us. Our Twitter handle. The bitmap shirt.
Got the
Our Twitter handles
maybe.
Are in the
Shout out to Mr. Sheedy, man. That's how you onboard people right there, man.
He's going door to door. Sheedy's knocking on doors, man.
Door to door salesman.
He's like, have I told you about bitmap?
It saved my life.
Hope to see you here. He said Hester Pierce. I guess that was he's the one who helped us out with that. Sixes is here. Cheedy again. Wayne Taylor's in the building. Shout out to you. I think you've been here all week. Thank you so much. With the last 2 days anyway. Nero Meester is here, and then we got the coffee and the donuts in the building. Coach Catch A Cats in the building. Thank you so much. He's a crazy day at work. Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys. If you guys grind through your 9 to 5 and then still have time to spend with us, man, we appreciate that every single day. Thank you guys so much. KDN says, how do you guys feel about Liquidum airdrop? So that's like 5 of our banners today. So we're going to get into that. Let's see. That's it. And this LSR. With the final entry. Let's see if we get anyone else. Nope. That's it. LSR, you're the last person in the roll call. Oh, we got Mark from the Launch Punks. Shout out to Mark jumping in last second. Appreciate you guys. And that is your
roll call, man.
Tuesday.
That was a great roll call.
All right. So we're gonna get right into it. Liquidum. This is one of the runes that I've been waiting for a long time. It's in the 900 spots. Runes is like 900 rune, which means it was 900 from the first one, or from 0, which is pretty cool. So the Liquidum has airdropped their rune token on Bitcoin, distributing 11 million USD to Liquidum users and the Ordinal community. So this is a big deal. I think this is the first app that's actually making money right now in Bitcoin. There's not many. I can't with the token anyway, because really anything really making money.
The Ordinal spot.
Yeah, they are making money. You're right, but they're not
token.
Adapt though. They're more of a launch, like I guess.
Well, you
right?
can inscribe. You can do simple things like that. But you're right. I mean, majority of their revenue probably comes from launching projects, stuff like that. But they have the Trio token, right? So And by the way, that is a BRC20, and we skipped over that one in terms of BRC20s with utility. So Ordinal's bot is one.
I forgot about Trio.
Trio's definitely way more on the rune.
Yeah. But anyway, Liquidum, they are a DAO. They have this really cool thing. We'll get that in a second. But what's your opinion on Liquidum? Have you took out a loan on them? I've taken out like 6 or 7 loans, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I haven't used their platform too much, to be honest. I think once, but it works smoothly. They've been around a very long time, since the beginning of Ordinals, right? So they actually pivoted, because I think that originally their thought process was to build out their place on stacks, I believe, initially. And then once Ordinals became a thing, they were in the BTC startup lab, and they pivoted to Ordinals, which was, I think, the best decision they could have made. And they really made a name for themselves. Robin is a great project lead, founder of that project. We met him in person in NYC, and look, they have market share, right? Now they do have competition, obviously, with fluid tokens, but as of right now, they have majority market share. But I think with them, there's like a mixed kind of feeling that the Ordinal space is giving them with their token, right? You have some people like, businessman.eth that is the king of FUD. And so he obviously came out right away and started FUDing it. Because it is kind of a VC type of, look, they have investors. There's no denying that, but they needed them to be able to continue to build out. If you have a great product and you don't have a ton of capital yourself, you have to raise money, right? And with that comes, token allocation to some of these investors and blah, 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 all that junk, right? So does that mean that the token's not going to be successful because of that? Absolutely not. I mean, you look at some of these other projects, Chainlink, other stuff like that, went down this road. Ethereum, let's be honest, right? Like, they had a ton of people that got into the IDO that bought Ethereum super cheap, right?
Yep.
So that's my point though, is that if the product and the platform is solid enough and there's no like big shenanigans in terms of holding price down on the token, then the token has, kind of like the sky's the limit of success. But knowing that there are VCs that hold it, and when it does start to peak up, know that, right? Be smart, use your 2 cents in your brain, right? And so, but if it does continue on successfully, then it will be one of those tokens and projects that will carry on to the next cycle, right? So that's what you got to look at.
Yeah, and they're DeFi, right? So Trio, it's not technically decentralized finance, right? They're actually very centralized. This is decentralized finance because it's permissionless, and now they have a governance token. And we're going to kind of get right into that really quickly. So the first Liquidum government proposals are live on Vodiko. I actually just learned about Vodiko this morning, and it is phenomenal. It's really cool. So this is where I learned about it. I went to Liquidum's thing here. I clicked that. That is their thing here. You kind of click that, and then you can kind of go to their website, Vodiko, and you can join the beta docs here. But this is the Liquidum. This one right here. So if you go to the Liquidum thing, they have it here. So I am a holder of this token. I was DCAing in yesterday. So click here, and I am able to create a new proposal. I'm able to vote on active proposals. So this is the first time I've seen this on Bitcoin, and I'm sure I'm going to see this a lot more in the future. But how cool is this? I got my wallet connected, and I can do a new proposal. I can also come in and I can go in these active proposals, and I have voting power because I earn some of the coins. So this is pretty awesome. I'm really enjoying this because, like I said, I'm a DeFi guy and I used to vote on things all the time. Vodiko seems to be that for Bitcoin, and it's really cool. What do you think about this?
I love it. I mean, it is, out of the traditional DeFi playbook, right? In terms of this is governance, right? This is the governance aspect of DeFi. So the fact that Bitcoin BTC Fi or Bitcoin DeFi project is doing this is really good. It's everything is showing signs of us heading into this robust ecosystem that will be here in possibly 6 months to a year, right? And I love this. I love that they're one of the first. It makes sense for them to be one of the first ones to kind of have this type of activity. Ghosty's had some governance too with their voting and stuff like that. But this is more of like proposals as well, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, so you can basically come on here and anything, and if it gets voted in, I mean, they have to do it because that's the, but that's pretty cool. That is cool. That is cool. All right. Keeping it.
Yasser just added, the good thing about its governance is you don't need to pay gas fee. It all happens within the app. So they just probably check your position, give you a certain amount of strength in your governance, and you don't have to pay gas. You can just vote directly there with proof of holdings.
That's awesome. And then the next thing here is so Liquidum token. So last thing about them is now listed on 2 major exchanges, BitGet Global and Gate.io. BitGet Global is a huge get in the beginning, and then Gate.io is the shitcoin mecca. Everything gets on Gate.io. So this is pretty big. Do you see Liquidum getting into another big exchange? I'm sure they have the capital to do so. And if so, what do you think the next exchange for them would be?
I do think that they have backing that, this was obviously lined up already, right? BitGet and Gate.io. So as soon as token launch, airdrop to the points people, whoever else needs airdrop, right, for their stages of investment. And then we're going to get on, BitGet and Gate.io. So that was part of their strategic plan.
Yeah.
Now, I think depending on how successful and how much volume they get, right? I truly believe Coinbase will start to look at Rune's projects that have solid futures, like potential, right? You're talking about volume, you're talking about, quality of founders and backing and stuff like that. Do I think they go straight to Coinbase? No, I don't think that. I think that they might hit another big one first. But I think that you'll see some of these non-traditional, tier 1, tier 2 centralized exchanges like Kraken and some of these other ones try to dabble over here a little bit. Once the projects are more solidified, the ecosystem is more solidified. And Liquidum being one of the first that's been established here, I could very much see them being one that's picked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think they get it on OKX probably later this month, and I think maybe you know, Binance probably later this year. I think Liquidum is going to be, as Coinbase is a big get. If you get on Coinbase, you made it. They are, you know, what are they, American based Liquidum? I think they are.
No, I don't think so. Because I mean,
Okay.
Robin's from Germany, so
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Germany seems to have a lot of you know, big Bitcoin stuff going on over there with Track, and if they are Liquidum is based out of Germany, but that's pretty big. Yeah, I'm curious where this goes. I think OKX definitely, potentially Binance end of the year, and we'll see from there. Because Binance has been looking, they're doing research, they're talking stuff. This is the exactly what Binance likes to get into. This type of stuff, this DeFi stuff that actually has governance, which is we can see here already. So.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have been researching and putting out papers and stuff on the Runes ecosystem as well, you know, as well as they have listed already the BRC20s, but you know, I feel like with Runes, there's like these centralized exchanges that are kind of all waiting, and I feel like they're all on the same like wavelength, you know, brain wavelength, because none have like jumped at it, but they're all like putting information out there, you know? And so I feel like it's going to happen all at the same time, like back to back to back.
Yeah, we'll see. Reziak says that he got airdrop 54,000 tokens. That's over $15,000.
Wow, you must be doing a lot of borrowing and lending.
You got to be like top 5, dude, because I only got like 2,800. That's crazy. And I was one of them was in the top 1,000, and the other one was just outside of the top 1,000. So congratulations, man. That's huge.
Yep.
Next thing here, we'll get into BitLayer. So BitLayer is a layer 2 EVM model by ABCD Capital. So this is weird. You know, the ABCD Capital Labs, this brings our total to investment. So yeah, so BitLayer has successfully raised 11 million in our Series A funding round led by Franklin Templeton. Is that weird that Franklin Templeton's getting in these layer 2s this early?
No, I don't think so, because they turned on the laser eyes as soon as the BTC ETF got approved, right? And I think Franklin Templeton is kind of putting, you know, putting it out there that, hey, we're going to get involved with the Bitcoin ecosystem from the jump, right? So this is a great start. We'll see it. I do think it is a little bit weird that like they jump straight to the layer 2s, right? Instead of like, but what is there right now on layer 1 that infrastructure wise that they can, you know, but I mean, in terms of like, this is a whole chain, right? So that's the difference in my opinion, right? So when they're looking at like a whole chain, they're looking at like a whole economy, on-chain economy versus just one project's economy, right? Or revenue and stuff. So
and now with Ethereum getting an ETF, it's hard to call something like BitLayer or Merlin a security, right? So you can probably, you know, Liquidum, you know, being a DAO now with the governance, that would probably pass the Howey test now. But there's not many things that would pass the Howey test. And Franklin Templeton being, I'm pretty sure they're an American investment firm, they're probably looking at things that they know are not securities, right? So
yeah.
All right, jumping here. Track validator license round 2. 500 track will cost of these. There's about 300 of these things. We were lucky enough to get one in round 1. Still haven't received anything though. I guess they're not like physically dropping anything. Do you know? That's I'm not really sure.
I haven't heard. So the one that you got from round 1, you're saying that you haven't received it yet?
I haven't received anything yet. No, not I'm aware of.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, well, we can ask Tom today if he makes the Tap Tuesdays about that, you know, because I imagine that they're going to release those at a later date. They did say that they were going to do the actual sales initially, and then
these are pre-sales. That's what
the validators are going to be, I think, like September.
Gotcha.
Whenever people actually receive them.
Gotcha. This is pretty big. Unisat fee and points adjustment. Could you talk on this a little bit? I haven't really looked into this too much.
Yeah, so let me actually pull this up too because I was looking at this. So it looks like they're trying to be a bit more competitive. Let me share this real quick. Yeah, so you can see right here, it says, this is directly from the Unisat Twitter. It says, we've made major adjustments to the Unisat inscribed service fees and points allocation rules. Your inscribing costs will drop significantly. And then there's this medium here that goes in further detail. You can just click on that and jump in there. And then it says, we will get Unisat marketplace fees, service fees updated soon as well, based on the production progress of Fractal Swap. Stay tuned for more updates. So yeah, it seems like you're going to be able to earn more points and your fees are going to get cut down, So, in terms of inscribing, let's see, it says key changes here. The first 20 items in a single order, 0 service fee. Wow, that's big. So seems like they're trying to compete with OKX maybe, right? I know OKX was charging 0 fees for secondary purchases, right? But this is for, or I don't know if this is for secondary and inscribing, but it seems like just inscribing. And it says the service fee will be charged from the 21st inscription if the order is more than 20 inscriptions. Service fee is 3,000 plus the number of mints minus 20, which is a lot of little, not a lot, but like calculations here. And it says times 150 sats. Maximum service fee cap. This is cool. So the cap is 5,000, pretty much 4,999 sats. Points, rules, updates, inscribing quantity and batches of less than or equal to 20 earn 1 point. 21 less than or equal to inscribing quantity and batch of less than or equal to 30 earns 2 points. 31 and then 1,000 earn 3 points. So you can see where they change the points there, and then they have a whole special benefits section as well. So OG pass holders, you get like a 15% discount on top of the fee adjustment. So that's really, really cool. Obviously they're free, right? But after that, you just get 15% off of what you would pay. So, I mean, this is cool. This is like them kind of flexing their muscle, I think, and saying, hey, like we can be more competitive as well. So, oh, you're on mute, buddy.
Yeah. Unisat's definitely going to have to do something here. I think we're months away from Fractal. I think we're months away from their modular system. They have to keep in the news somehow and adjusting these fees. The Unisat fees were pretty high. They were probably one of the highest, right?
They were initially pretty high, but
Yeah.
I feel like they've done some adjustments along the way. OKX was obviously taking a lot of their business on secondary. And people just got to a point where I think, like, so this is a prime example of like being competitive, how like not like, reacting to like your competition's adjustments quick enough, right? For example, like OKX went to free secondary, no fees, right? That probably got a lot of attention. People used it and then they got comfortable with it. And they were like, oh, I actually like this better. I like that better. And so, Unisat was dominating so much before, they probably didn't care, but then they lost a significant amount of users, right? Even people in the West. Now, I never like used OKX like over and over and over, but I eventually started to a little bit.
Yeah.
But I imagine a lot of other Western users started to kind of dabble over there as well.
Yeah, I rarely use Unisat. I haven't used Unisat in so long. I don't buy a lot of BRC20s. I did dollar cost track for a while, and when I was doing that, I was using Unisat. But only thing I really use is Magic Eden. I don't really use anything else. Magic Eden just has an amazing UI. Not saying anything bad with Unisat's UI, but it's definitely better than Magic Eden, especially buying and selling runes. I mean, the runes marketplace is phenomenal. In the beginning, I was a little intimidated from it. I was buying runes initially from Unisat. But then I bought a few things on Magic Eden and I just couldn't stop, right? So anytime the best prices as well. That's what it comes down to. I'm not going to overpay just to use Unisat, right? So, and because Unisat was what I was used to, and they had the same type of marketplace as BRC20s when you're buying that. So I was definitely used to that. But then, when you start using Magic Eden for the better prices, you just kind of fall in love with it. And the charts and everything. I mean, you got live charts now on Unisat. And then now you have a live activity thing right underneath that. So Unisat really, their marketplace is, if they don't update soon, they're going to be going by the wayside. Unless BRC20s somehow get reawakened. I don't think that happens, but that's their only hope is BRC20 2.0 and then maybe the 5-digit ticker. But I don't know.
Yeah. It's so crazy to me that Unisat ended up or in the very beginning, they won like the marketplace for BRC20s. Like
Yeah.
they don't have like the most attractive, aesthetically attractive colors, like I know that doesn't matter that much, but it matters. Like to me, it's just, I don't know. But hey, they made it easy. I think that was the thing. They had the blocks that you could buy, so easy for this space. Yeah.
The only reason they won in the beginning was because this marketplace was built on Binance on Bitcoin SV, right? That's the only reason why this was ready before Ordinals came out. They had a marketplace ready for Binance Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. So that's the only reason why they won. If they had such a head start.
Yeah, but what were they using? Because like inscription technology wasn't over there.
Yeah, but the marketplace was. So I think they were creating coins and things like that, or like stuff. There was stuff happening on the Satoshi's vision for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they weren't, and I know that they came from there. But like I think like having the ability to create a marketplace for inscription tokens, that had to be like everybody threw everybody a loop. You know what I mean? So like having a marketplace isn't hard. I don't think. Like Ordinal's wallet did it.
Well, building with UTXOs is hard. You have to be building with UTXOs is hard. I think that's where the advantage came in. They had an advantage in building on UTXOs when no one really else did. That's why you see a lot of Cardano guys coming.
Yeah, I mean, but you had OrdSwap, you had Ordinal's wallet, you had other ones, and they rose above everybody. But they were the first, from what I remember, they were the first to do the BRC20 marketplace
and the first wallet.
Yeah, so
yeah, everyone had a Unisat wallet.
I think everybody else was doing Ordinals first.
Yeah,
Ordinals marketplaces first.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's give a quick, it being Tap Tuesday and all, before we get into the Tap builders and we join us in like 10 minutes. Let's take a look at the Tap tokens real quick. So these are the kind of the top Tap tokens here. I'm gonna hit this Tap. We are using Ordinal's wallet for this, and I cannot wait for a Tap marketplace. We might be getting one soon, right? From the Tap Wild and Explore guys. But we'll see what happens with that. He said it'll be out on Sunday, and then he said there was an issue with the Tap track reader, right? So Tap reader or track reader, whatever it is. But yeah, so we have DMT Tap DMT is at number one. It's up staggering 227% on the 7-day. What do you think about DMT Net? It is very inflated every single day. There's new NAT tokens, correct?
Yeah. They do get created, but it like we talked about that token being similar to Doge, right? So if the demand drives up strong enough to where it can outpace the available new DMT NAT tokens that are on the market every day, new ones, then the market cap will obviously increase and stuff, right? So this is something that I think will maybe do well in whenever like we're in the bull market if the Tap ecosystem's on fire, right? Just because, like I said, the buy pressure demand can outpace the new tokens on the market.
Yeah, for sure. Ghosty in the number 2 spot. Ghosty is getting handed right now.
What is it? 22 cents?
21 cents.
Woo.
This one kind of been really getting handed down to, man. This sucks. I'm a huge holder of this. So what do you think about the Ghosty Tap token?
I think that it's everything right now in most ecosystems, it doesn't matter if it's runes, BRC20s, is pulling back right now, right? Honestly, like I think the only one that is in the positive is Merlin.
Yeah.
Because it had such a big jump yesterday, and it's a BRC20. That's why I said that. But so I'm not worried about Ghosty or any of these tokens here. I think that need the marketplace, the dedicated marketplaces, but also it needs to be the right timing of the market, right? Like we got kind of excited last week because Bitcoin's price just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if it was people just trying to take advantage because Germany, dumped the price down along with these Mt. Gox fake outs left and right. Right. And so, it drove Bitcoin's price up so quickly. Like we were at 68,500,
Yeah.
and last week we were at 53,000, 53,000. Just imagine that we were at 53,000, I think early last week, or maybe it was the weekend right before. Right. So, for it to go from 53,000 to, 68.5, that's a 15,500 increase jump, and it happened so quickly. So once that, everything else kind of followed it last week a bit, early last week and a little bit of the week before, followed Bitcoin and had not everything, but some major tokens kind of pumped up. And now they're kind of bleeding back out because Bitcoin's like, I'm not ready yet. I'm chilling. I'm not going to give you guys what you want yet, and so I think that's what we're seeing with these tokens. Track got to $2 in I say like 20 cents, 30 cents,
flew 250,
right? And it's at $1.95 right now. So that makes me not worried about Ghosty's price action right now.
And Ghosty's going to do really well once it gets its own marketplace. I think once Track gets Track marketplace, I'm sorry, a Tap marketplace, I think it's going to do really well. I think a lot of these tokens do really well once that happens. Jumping to the next one, Gib. So Gib is the number one meme token over here, in my opinion. I don't know if Nat is a meme. I don't know. I think it just might be the first.
Nat would be, in my opinion, more like an Ordi type meme.
Okay, so you consider it a meme then?
Yeah, like an Ordi. Right. Okay. Because it was the first one that out of that group, the DMT tokens. Right.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, I guess that's the first DMT meme. And this is the first Tap meme, right? Because this came out.
I mean, Gib is just like a funny, comical type of meme with that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it was used as a test token as well, which is pretty big. I'm very, very bullish on Gib because when Benny came out and he was talking about what gives you something for the validators, what gives you token off for the he mentioned Gib. He mentioned minus Tap, he mentioned Gib, and he mentioned Track. So that was from Benny. So that's pretty big. This is definitely something that I've accumulated over the last couple months. So that's I'm excited for Gib. Moving here is Traverse. Another utility token. I think Ghosty and Traverse are really the only utility tokens here. What do you think about this Traverse token here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a utility project, right? And so I think for the Bitcoin fungible overall ecosystem, people are going to be looking for utility projects, right? And so it's one of a few. Actually, I think the Tap ecosystem has a good amount of utility projects. You got like Foxy, you got Traverse, you got Ghosty, and it's one of those early ones over here in this ecosystem.
100%. And then OrdFi, we've heard last week that OrdFi is going to be the token choice of the Tap, Wild, and Explorer guys. So that was really cool to hear, right? So OrdFi potentially could be something special here if these guys adopt it. And I think that's how you do it. I don't think creating a token obviously is awesome, but adopting a token that community members already have for your platform, that's genius because you already bring in a community that's already there to be your community. I love that.
Yeah, I think it was a plan by them to start with like the liquidity pairings. I think he said to start as like a base token. So we'll see once they release their marketplace. Hopefully that's this week. So
yeah. And that's really all the tokens by volume. We're obviously still waiting for the tokens from Foxy. They're going to be doing their TGE probably soon. Then they got tokens from the fight guys, the boxers. I can't wait to hear more about that stuff. That's going to be very interesting. And who is that? The other one?
What do you mean? There's
Foxy for the fight, and then Launch Punks. Yeah, Launch Punks. That's going to be definitely one to hold. So you're definitely going to see more utility tokens entering the Tap ecosystem. You have a lot of your degen tokens here and stuff like that. We participated. We were actually minting
the early
Tap
ones,
tokens,
man.
the early ones.
Early
we minted OrdFi. We minted what else did we mint? We minted a lot of stuff, dude. It was
Based or
base was a big one.
yeah.
Minus well, we didn't get a minus tap.
Schnitzel.
Yeah, Schnitzler. I have a bunch of that. We got Benny token.
Schnitzel.
You're right. Yeah. That was so much fun. That was about a year ago from today. When maybe it wasn't August. It might have been August when Benny first launched minus tap, and then he came out, and then it was just fun. Then you see OrdFi and stuff like that.
It was so wild because like we couldn't list them anywhere, but we were all still like just minting them like crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Honestly, probably was a lot more fun than, just being able to list them right away, because obviously you could have flipped them and all that stuff, but we didn't know it was going to, take a while for the marketplaces to come out. But I don't know, maybe those will be like some sunken treasures. And then once the marketplaces come out, people will start to talk about those.
And we still have a lot of that stuff, dude. Like I gotta go back to I'm on like wallet number 14 now, so I gotta go back to like wallet number 1 or 2 and just take a look and see what's in there, because I might have some crazy stuff in those wallets, man. But it's officially Tap Tuesday, guys. This is the point of the show. We're gonna really get in depth with the Tap team. Very excited for Tap. We got the potentially wallets drop in, potentially marketplaces drop in. Obviously the track validator, which is a big deal because you get the rewards paid out in the Tap token. Tap ecosystem, in my opinion, is about to explode. I think what Benny is creating with the promises that he's promising, right? Before we get started, what can you want to say about Tap?
Yeah, I think people are just excited, and there's pent up demand for it.
Yeah.
The market obviously has to kind of match timing and stuff, and it's not just the Tap ecosystem, it's other ecosystems too that are waiting for the market to get into a healthy condition. And so I'm excited to see what ends up being rolled out. There's a lot of talk about OrdFi, Bitcoin DeFi promises, stuff like that, programmability, right? And so we'll get into that as well later, hopefully here. But I'm going to bring up Tom, which is a representative of the track team, which obviously runs the Tap protocol as well. So let's bring him up and talk to Tom here. I'm gonna bring him up right now, which is the representative of the track team. Hey Tom, which how are you? Runs the Tap protocol as well. So
you ready, Tom?
Let's bring him up and
okay. Got a delay a little bit.
Tom, I think you got a delay on your speakers there.
He's good now.
Okay.
Hello. I'm not sure if anyone can hear me, but I can't hear you guys yet.
Can you hear us?
You guys can hear me. Okay, this is awkward. For some reason, the audio is not working on my end. So I'm just gonna. I might have to just try to restart.
So jump out and jump back in. Sometimes that helps.
I could hear you guys through Twitter. Okay. I was watching it live, but I can't hear you guys in the app. Right. I'll,
do you have maybe headphones or something? Then you can get on the phone. But all right, so we'll wait for Tom to get his audio fixed there, and we can bring up Aaron from Foxy, because I know they've had some updates recently. So let's bring Aaron up. What's going on, Aaron? Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution.
Hey guys, how's everyone today?
Good, man.
How are you doing?
How are you?
We're doing great. Yeah, so we have some pretty awesome updates coming up. We recently just posted, if you guys would like to test the game, we have some.
We're having all types of audio issues today.
Aaron, you there?
Oh man! All right, let's try track Lord Tom again. Welcome back, Tom. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, it's all good. So I was listening to you guys, and I totally agree with you. We're all excited to see new marketplaces, and I was thinking exactly the same thing when you were talking. I've probably got some wallets that I need to check myself, and I've got some tokens that have been sitting there for a while. So I'm excited to see what happens. And I think you were bang on. We obviously had a little mini bull run, I would say, back in the when the BRC20s were taking off as well. Like some of the Tap Protocol tokens did really well. I remember seeing Gib and some Bitmap token did a very nice return, and even the Sora token did pretty well for a short period of time. But personally, I'm still holding everything I bought back then. I'm hoping a lot of them do well. Some of them may not, but that's just how it goes when you've got an ecosystem that it's really not been explored that much yet. I'm just holding at least until the marketplaces are out, and then just see, personally at least, see how things are going, and judge from there. But I think we haven't really seen anything yet, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much you can speak on this, but the Tap is promising these things called promises.
Yes.
Will promises bring DeFi to Bitcoin?
So my understanding from a semi-layman, but a DeFi enthusiast, I would say, is it's essentially indistinguishable from DeFi. Yes, I would say it is decentralized finance, but what we can't say is that it's a smart contract, right? It's slightly different. But in terms of user experience, yeah, it's DeFi. The only thing I can't really talk about is like actual timing wise, because this is kind of down to Benny and internal testing of when it's actually ready. But I know that there's testing going on, and I know that it's essentially been, let's say, 95% done for the past at least 6 months, I think, at this point. It's just a case of getting the update on the chain and making sure everyone's happy, because I think where we differ from, like, let's say BRC20 is they haven't, I mean, I know that they've got something in the works, but they haven't had any updates, new iterations on anything really that they've done, whereas we're working directly with projects, and sometimes we get asked to do something very specific for a DMT or another project. There, like, oh, we want this functionality, and then we kind of go back and think and be like, actually, yeah, we can do that. It just requires an update on chain. And so there has been a lot of back and forth where we're, unlike some other meta protocols, we're kind of directly working with a lot of the builders to not only see what we can do for them, but come up with ideas together and see what can actually be done differently,
Gotcha. That's awesome. So, I know that the track community, probably on Discord and some other areas, are familiar with yourself, but for the people in our audience that aren't necessarily as familiar with you, could you kind of explain your role with the track and tap teams?
So, yeah. Okay. So I'm Tom. Hello. My role in the team is essentially as community manager. But I would say that I'm kind of more on the user end of things. So I'm more about like troubleshooting the user experience. So it's because we've got good moderators, and we've got Boonmi, who's doing a lot of the business side of management and kind of that outreach side of things. And then we've got Fitzy as well, who's dealing with a lot of the Twitter and the outreach and that kind of thing. My job is essentially to be the guy that understands all of it, because first and foremost, I'm a trader and a DeFi guy, and I love my DeFi stuff. So I'm extremely excited, obviously, to see what we can do. But yeah, for me, I've been the one on the front lines, I would say, for the last 6 months to a year. Actually, it's been about 9 or 10 months, I would say. Just giving people not only like some of the more in-depth answers, not quite as in-depth as Benny, because my job is essentially to be the conduit, right? I'm kind of translating, the smart dev speak into something that we can get working on the front lines, the user experience, and just helping out on that side of things. And I think being someone that is quite well versed in DeFi, it's very helpful to have someone that can do that rather than just someone that's relaying general troubleshooting questions. Which for the most part, that's fine. Like a lot of the questions we get are simple, but a lot of them aren't, and that's why I'm here. To try to bridge that gap.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man. So, have you played with anything yet that would be remotely DeFi from those guys? Have they maybe did any testing that you can talk about? Anything that you can just maybe hint on? A little alpha, maybe?
Not personally. Okay, so I've only heard of what things have been developed, and at the time it's all a bit hush hush because we didn't really want anyone to front run us essentially, right, on the tech that's being done like specifically with promises, right? So obviously if you count this as DeFi, I mean, it's kind of not really, but kind of fringe, right? Things like the whitelisting and multi-sends and stuff like that. We've been quite vocal about those advances, right? That add, I would say, they're essentially smart contracts, and not smart contracts. They're smart functionality, right? But in terms of the promises and like liquidity pools and things like this, like I can't personally say anything about the nitty gritty. But what I would say is that I know that we're working with Ghosty and Traverse and some of the other projects on tap to actually get a robust ecosystem that is kind of making sense all over, because DeFi is one of these things where a few different things have to be in place before an ecosystem really functions, right? I'm sure that you guys know this, but like obviously you need a way of getting money in. You need like a trusted liquidity provider. Often a lending platform is pretty crucial as well, and a good DEX. Let's say we need a good DEX, and so it's always been a bit difficult on Bitcoin, especially when it comes to inscriptions, in coming up with a way that all of this will work. And it's really cool that we've got people trying out different ideas, like the Unitap guys who are doing like a more peer-to-peer kind of swap. I think that's awesome. And then our own marketplace coming out, and yeah, it's going to come down to how the liquidity pools are in. Like we've got some things, right? We've done things like the community pools, which I guess you could say is a smart contract, or at least it's a liquidity pool of some kind, or it's a reward distribution pool. But it's a lot more manual than we would like. There is obviously some automation involved, but it's not quite the same as having an AMM, right? So that would be the ultimate goal, I imagine. But I don't think it's not ready to be put on chain just yet. I don't think that would be like a primary reason why the delays are happening. I think that potentially we would be willing to launch before the smart contract functionality comes out and roll that out down the line, because obviously there's a lot going on in the pipeline all at once, and so it's kind of picking the things that we think are most critical in the short term.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thanks for that update. In terms of the marketplace, I think everybody's excited to have a dedicated marketplace for just tap assets in general. And I think a lot of people were expecting it to be released at the end of June, but obviously market conditions kind of change things. And plus, maybe you can button up a couple of things here or there. You can always button up things, I feel like, no matter what, even if it's ready. What do you think is you don't have to put any exact dates or anything like that, but what is a good expectation for people that are waiting for the marketplace? Is it for them to realize when the overall market's better, that's whenever they should probably expect something?
Not necessarily. In general, that's a good rule of thumb, but I would say that if it's completely ready to be rolled out, I imagine it will be done so, because the tap token itself wouldn't have to be launched already for the marketplace to exist. I think in a perfect world they would be launched in tandem, because obviously the tap token is going to have some functionality within the marketplace. In terms of the marketplace itself, I do believe that at the moment it's just internal testing, but very shortly there will be like a public, or at least let's say like a closed beta testing. So like potentially for the people on the Discord, or people can actually get involved and check it out. I don't think that that's really that far away. I've not been given an exact figure, and I assume that this is mostly because it's still subject to change to some degree, but I know that the marketplace is basically ready and it looks really awesome. In terms of getting everything running streamlined from the get-go, potentially not, right? Because as I said, we need the tap token out. The tap token will be a crucial part of the marketplace. So, for it to be fully functioning, that needs to be in existence. But these things, I would say, are all relatively close, especially the marketplace. I've been personally waiting for it for months at this point. I think looking back in hindsight, we are in a much better place now. But from a trader's point of view, and I'm sure that you guys totally recognize this, it's been difficult to trade tap assets over the last 6 months, in terms of not naming any names or, shaming any other marketplaces, but it can be difficult to both have I think Sats at SX.io have done a really good job, and in general, their marketplace is pretty smooth, but the liquidity is not there. Everyone is listing on Ord Wallet, and unfortunately, Ord Wallet is just not so reliable. I'm hoping that a lot of these issues will be fixed once the validator nodes are out, because obviously having a decentralized validation network running already, well, once that's running and fully distributed, I think that's going to make a massive difference. But in the meantime, it's difficult, isn't it? It's like a lot of the questions that I get related to tap at the moment are like, oh, why aren't my tokens showing up in such and such wallet, or why can't I use Ordinal's wallet? Why is this inscription not working? And most of the time, they're not actually doing anything wrong. It can just be that the site's down, or they just don't know that to actually view your tap assets, you can't just use Unisat. Unisat, yeah. You can't use Unisat, or you can still use it for trading, obviously, but you can't use it to view your assets. And for me, those two things are incredibly important. Not personally, maybe not the wallet issue, but from a user experience, I think having the marketplace up and running and one that everybody trusts and is got a good fee structure, that's going to be a big deal for the whole ecosystem, I think. And then obviously wallet integration is super important as well. But I think we've got a lot of good wallets coming, and I think most people have been able to make do. But that's kind of the situation we've been in for the last 6 months, is people are kind of making do with what is there, but we need something better.
My last question for you would be, we're hearing rumors of Tap Marketplace going to have their own wallet. Is that something that you can speak on?
I've heard that this is the case, yes. Aside from the fact that I know that it's not, I don't think it's us directly building it. I think we've got a third-party contractor to do it. I may be wrong on this because I've not heard an update about this in the last couple of weeks. But yes, I know that we're obviously working closely with the tap wallets that have come out, right? We've already seen 2 that are pretty decent, and I imagine that we'll want to get those integrated into the tap marketplace. But yes, I believe that we'll be working on our own wallet just for the sake of the continuity, essentially, right? But no, unfortunately, I can't give you any details about the release of that, simply because I've not been told. And normally, if I've not been told, it's because it's not it's not ready to be released publicly.
Yeah. Well, the problem with those wallets is minus tap. So minus tap, they're all Unisat forks. Minus tap doesn't work well with Unisat forks. You need an Xverse wallet so you don't accidentally spend it. So that is the reason why I'm hoping for some type of wallet that is not Unisat, that is actually maybe an Xverse or leather type of clone that can actually hold my negative.
They can customize those forks to not spend to recognize the curse stuff. So that's something that they'll probably upgrade. I imagine Tap Wallet and Explorers really quick with upgrading stuff. So I think we need the community needs to voice that to them.
Yeah, minus Tap's the only minus token that ever exists.
It's the only one, yeah. So it's in a bit of an odd place because obviously it was something that was done as a test, right, for the cursed features originally. And so now it's also the first token and I own some myself. So I'm obviously bullish for a potential a future use case for it. But I totally agree with you. As a collectible, it's awesome, and it is in a weird situation where the cursed tokens kind of just got wrote out, didn't they? This was a while ago, going back about 5-6 months when it
was before January.
Yeah, so back then I remember it. It's the only one on tap, and they're kind of natively supported on tap. But but yeah, I assume that's something that Benny will be able to help with, because I imagine that the know-how regarding cursed tokens and cursed assets in general is probably kind of a bit lost at this point, because it's kind of been obsoleted, right? Like no one new coming to the space is really bothering to learn about how those work. So I think, the wallets know how to get in touch with Benny, and I imagine it won't be a massive effort to do so. But I would also hope that that's sorted, because, unlike the SatsSX.io, they support minus tap trading, right? But
They do.
Yeah, but not on.
You have to use an expert. Yeah.
Yes. But very awkward, not ideal. So hopefully that will be sorted.
Awesome. Well, Tom, thank you so much for giving us an update and answering our questions. If you don't mind hanging up here with us for a bit, we're going to bring up some of the other builders in the space. So just hang tight with us, and let's bring up Foxy, since we're going to bring them up initially. So
I don't see Aaron back though.
Yeah, I see Wade and Kimmy.
Okay, sounds good.
So we'll bring them up. Wade and Kimmy. So Kimmy and Wade, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. Foxy has obviously had some updates, so if you wouldn't mind just telling the community what's been going on with Foxy.
Hello guys, how are you?
Hey.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Last few months actually, but yeah, it's heating up. The most important, yesterday we opened applications for game testing, which will be in 7 to 10 days. And we have a lot of applications there, already few X more than we can let in. So yeah, that's pretty bullish for us. Thank everybody who filled the form. We will still keep it open for the next few days, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I definitely miss your voice, Kimmy. We used to spend time with you every Saturday morning, and now we don't do that anymore. So it's nice to hear you again, my friend.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, it's my pleasure to talk with you always. Yeah, we should do a private call.
Yeah,
once a week.
Yeah, we should get that going again. I'm gonna bring Aaron up to the stage as well. Hey, Aaron.
Yeah, he had some difficulties. He was saying he's not hearing good when he joins.
Has some connectivity issues.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, can you hear us?
Hey guys, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
go. Perfect.
Great.
Okay, yeah. Kimmy was just telling us about some updates that you guys have, and it looks like you guys are in the next phase of the beta. How far do you feel like you guys are away from kind of opening this up to the public?
We're actually not really that far away, but I hate giving dates because a few months ago I told you guys, oh man, the game is looking amazing. We're about to, should be ready in a month or so. And then, there were always some delays, but we're always just improving the game. And I would, to make it 100%, I would probably say maybe between 1 to 2 months max, and the game should be up and running. The Clan Wars is actually, everything's ready. We're just testing it right now ourselves. And we're going to have this beta test, and that's really going to be the big test for us.
So you're telling me I'm going to be able to kill Gary Gunslinger in about 2 months?
If you want, you can actually go and kill him right now.
Yeah, not if I can.
But yeah.
Did you fill the application for the tester? Yeah.
Awesome.
I hope I will see you all guys over there.
Yeah, there is Ordinal Revolution clan in between.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Y'all got a dog on the team now. Sounds like it.
Well, actually, it's my mum's. I'm just dog sitting.
Oh, okay. No worries. But yeah, so that's awesome that you guys have updated. Oh, look at the dog right there. It's like Wishbone. But yeah, with Foxy, it's awesome that you guys have kind of reached this next level. I had the opportunity to test out that first kind of release, and it was awesome. But I'm looking at some of the highlights of the recent one. It looks even better. You guys obviously have the Metaverse Miner as well updated. Can you talk about that and what that's all about?
So the
Bit
miner
miner.
is based on DMT unit. So the miner is like a DeFi system. It's like the miner can be deployed on the bitmap. Like the concept is you can deploy it on your block, the world you own. Or even if you don't own, you can still use the miner on the common world, and then you
Gotcha.
use that to mine Foxy tokens or in-game resources or other tokens on Tap protocol that we have been partnered with. Like they have allocated some portion of their supply for the bit miner, so we utilize that with the block data, and then the mining happens.
That's awesome. I'm watching a video, and for the audience, you can go to their Twitter, which is at Foxy Official, FOXXIOFFICIAL, and you can see the video of it. It's awesome. The graphics of the miner mining and all that stuff. So you just mentioned the Foxy token. That's been a token that's been in some of the posts with the validator and the community pools and stuff. What does that look like in terms of like a launch? Is that going to be like a public launch, or how's that going to be accessible?
We are waiting for marketplace. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But it will be aligned somehow. Yeah, that's just luck, but yeah, it should be at the same time. But yeah, we are not in the rush with token because we have in-game token, and people will use it inside the game. It will have utility as the top token, but when TGA happens, then people can claim it on chain and sell it officially, and etc. But until then, testers will get some tokens for sure. And yeah, when we release beta, its economy will start right away. Just
That's
you
awesome.
will not be able to withdraw Foxy to on-chain.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I love that. It's, you guys are creating like this metaverse on-chain economy, and when you release that, people can claim them and all that great stuff. So love that. Shizzy, did you have anything for Foxy?
Yeah, I have a question. So have you obviously people are testing now. Have you got any feedback recently from the people that are testing?
Yeah, it is about the compatibility of the PCs. The game that we have made is like a 3D and utilizing high poly, on the 3D element. So some PCs are having issues loading up the game. So that's the feedback that we have got now, and we are actively trying to reduce the loading time and all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not to mention we do have the Android version, which is downloadable though, and we're saying we can implement that as well for this next beta testing as well. So if that all works well, then if you don't have a computer that you can play a game on, you can play it on your cell phone.
Wow,
that's awesome.
That's
so
crazy.
Can someone on their cell phone play against someone on their PC?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. Love that. Love
Amen.
that. All
Runs fine
right.
for me now. I remember it runs fine for me now. I was saying in the early days of Foxy, it was a little bit difficult with all of the bitmap loading, but I've got a fairly decent PC and it runs perfectly for me now. So I was very happy to see all the updates. It's looking great.
Yeah.
And I also with the miners, I think it's such an interesting way of utilizing the Tap protocol features. Obviously, we're all talking to each other a lot, and you're probably going to hear a lot of, we're waiting for the TGE or we're waiting for the marketplace. There's going to be a lot happening all at once, I think, in the next few months.
Yeah, is that something?
Yeah, Tap is let's say DeFi protocol on Bitcoin, and that's why we wanted to introduce let's say, gamified DeFi somehow to people. And when the people come to top, those game lovers and metaverse lovers, nerds, will definitely appreciate what Bitminer and that
Yeah, that's
aspect.
true.
That is our opinion. Of course, we can be wrong, but yeah, that's
One more piece of
yeah.
information on the miners, guys. There's going to be like a chance for you to get an ultra, like a really rare one, which has like the maximum capacity of mining, and that's going to be like a less than a 3% chance. So that's just a little piece of information on the miner.
How many rarities are there?
There is four type of rarities.
Awesome. Cool.
Are you guys planning on integrating like marketplaces into the Bitverse eventually?
Yes, there will be on the marketplace inside the game for the accessories, game avatars, weapons like that, and skins.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
We want it to be so people who create their own avatars, they'll actually be able to use it and connect it. You're on the Tap protocol. You can connect it to our game. You can sell it on our in the Tap marketplace as well. We want it to be like a nice ecosystem where people can actually create skins and they can actually sell it in the game and for other people and things to use.
I love that. So you're actually creating a job. Somebody can sit there creating skins all day and then end up selling them. You're creating an economy, man.
I was doing that last all run actually. Sandbox creating assets, and I'd love to do something similar again. That's the cool thing about SocialFi and metaverse projects is that there's so many possibilities. When it comes to owning your own land and being able to organize things on your own bitmaps and integrating with stores and creating assets, it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all develops. I don't think anyone can really predict exactly what's going to happen with these things. 6 months down the line could be anything in crypto, right? But it's always good to be on the bleeding edge and paying attention.
For sure, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely excited for Foxy, man. Definitely excited for what you guys are building. Any last updates before we let you guys go?
Not much. Actually, we will release everything soon on Twitter. Follow us for sure. Yeah, more information coming, and soon we will release details about Bitminer Mint and everything. So yeah, keep an eye. We will start whitelist distribution activity already happening on Discord more and more after.
So if someone in the audience wants to become a tester, how would they do that?
So they have to fill up the form. It is pinned on our Twitter.
Okay, so we'll post the Twitter account in the notes, guys. But you can earn these tokens by being testers. So sign up to be a tester. Might as well. You can have fun and earn tokens at the same time. So.
Yeah, testers will earn tokens, and when we introduce marketplace, they will also be first who will test that, and so on. So yeah, we are starting to build a community around the game, of course, and yeah, it's just a step.
Yeah, it's exciting seeing you guys grow from just starting. I remember when you guys first popped in our Saturday morning spaces and where you guys are today. So super excited for y'all. Yeah, just excited to see what you guys bring for the end product.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Shizzy, Yagobi. Thank you, Tom.
All right.
See you guys.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
All right. We're going to bring Ghosty up now and see what they got new with their product. So, Taxman, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. How are you today?
I love your name, by the way. I think it's the best name in crypto, the Taxman.
Hello. 1 second.
It's a bit ominous, though. The ghost of Taxman is always
It is. No one likes to hear from the Taxman.
Yeah.
Oh, in this
guys hear me? Can
situation,
you guys hear
kind
me?
of do.
Yeah, we can
great.
hear you. Can you hear us?
Is it working? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you for the crazy
Yeah.
welcome, guys. Yeah, I know Taxman. The name is named. It's a nice name. It does the job, you know. Nice to be here again. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, let's answer some questions.
Yeah. So could you go over, obviously Ghosty's had a big burn of their supply of tokens, which was voted on by the community. Could you talk about what that experience was like, and then also if there will be any future burns possibly?
Yeah, sure. So number one, the whole thought process behind it was we were noticing one wallet that kept selling at certain times. So this is what our founder Kotaku noticed, that there was a one wallet, the biggest one at that time, that used to sell during certain sell pressures and certain buy. When there was a lot of buy volume and a lot of sell volume, it'd sell at those points. So I'm not really technical, so I don't know how he figured it out, but he said there's something wrong here. So, we took that top wallet out. We asked the community, what do you think? Everybody, it's hilarious. We didn't get one single word, about fairness and stuff, because everybody was saying that we want it to be, fair and just. So everybody just said that, yeah, delete the bot. So we had no other option. We just gave people the option to choose. 600,000 people voted, and next thing you know, we just burnt the entire thing. And your second question was what again? Future burn, right?
Will there ever be any possible future burns?
Future burns, that depends, because I say depends because we don't really have that many tokens with our team. I don't want to disclose the exact amount because I don't want people to go wallet searching and whatnot. But we don't have that much in our wallets anyways, because when Ghosty minted, as everybody can see from launching data, it minted out very, very fast. I think it was one of the fastest BRCs to mint out in 5 hours. So we never got a chance. And Kotaku got front ran by that top wallet. So as far as future burns go, that depends on the community. If we ever do, like a buyback, or maybe we let people swap for something else, then yeah, maybe we might burn a considerable amount of the supply again. But as of now, to be frank, no, I don't think there is any future burns planned.
Gotcha.
I have a question. So we've heard about the spooky token. I was wondering if there's any updates or anything you can kind of give us on that. And if you can't, then that's fine.
Spooky token. It's I can't say much about it. I know all about it, but I can't say much about it at this point because we're waiting on Tap to be ready. We've got a few things that we want to do with Tap. So once that's ready, we'll go to the launch. But I just want to make one more thing clear. Most people think that we're fully waiting. It's Tap's fault, whatnot. It's not. There's some things on our side as well that we need to complete, and we can't really launch Spooky without that being complete either. So, there's some people in our group chat that keep saying don't depend on Tap. That's not the case at all, to be honest. We also have a deadline that we haven't reached yet. So until us and Tap both reach it, we can't really launch the Spooky token. Apart from that, I don't think I can say much more. It's just going to be an interesting thing. It's going to be on Tap, is going to be on something else, and it's going to be fun when it comes out.
I'm sorry, I had to ask, but this is something you can. My next question is something you actually can speak on probably. So last time we had you on the last update, you guys were initiating Telegram, doing some stuff with that. Could you kind of dig into that and tell us kind of how it's going?
Yeah, sure. So we have a Telegram developer. He has made a Tap bot. I don't know if you guys have had a look, but there's the first Tap bot that shows buys and stuff. Was made by our team. So we've got that open for everybody. If anybody from any Tap projects want to use it, they can just get in touch and we can get that done. Second, we've got a Tap swap bot, Telegram swap bot, sorry. So you can literally go on Telegram. You don't ever need to go to the Ghosty website, and you can literally complete your swap from Telegram. So if anybody is feeling a bit quirky and they want to stay on Telegram, I know there's a lot of people from Ton that do like Ghosty a lot. So for those people, and then there's people in our community as well that like these things, we've added a Telegram buy bot. So the entire experience from start to finish is on Telegram. You start a trade, it tells you what you want to send, how much you want to send, what chain, what not, and then it takes you all the way to the end, and you can complete your entire trade without even ever going to the Ghosty website. So these are the two features that we added recently using Telegram.
Awesome. So another update that you guys gave us last time you were on was about on-chain swaps, and So just curious on how that's going, and will that also create an experience like a traditional dex type swap in terms of not having to like put the address in there, the receiver's address in there? Will it ever be kind of like just connect your wallet to Ghosty's application? Is that what you guys are shooting for?
Well, it depends. Theoretically speaking, you can't really, unless it's EVM, you can't really complete a swap without address being there, can you? So let's say, for example, if I want to go from Ethereum to Solana, how would the system know that and you can only connect one wallet at a time, right? You
Yeah.
can't connect MetaMask, you can't connect Phantom, Unisat, all of them at once. So
True.
with that being said, you can't really, expect the system to know where you want your funds to go. So in EVM cases, I think it is possible. Again, I need to speak to my devs to confirm this because we're still testing it. It's ready, 99%. We're just testing the final bits. But as far as non-EVM goes, I don't think it's theoretically possible for you to complete a swap without having a receiver address on the other end, because there's no way for the system to know where the funds are going if you don't direct it somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It does definitely for the cross-chain stuff. In terms of like, let's say the Tap ecosystem, though, is Ghosty working on possible swap for the Tap tokens and UTXO stuff, or are you guys just trying to keep the same business model with cross-chain stuff? Is what you guys are going to keep doing?
Yeah, currently we're not working on any tap swap thing at the moment, as far as I know, because we simply want to keep it cross-chain. So making everything connected in one place. And I find it fun that we're working with Tap and their team because, I think they're going to be the king of Bitcoin in the future. So as far as our functionality goes, we're going to stick to our core product and we're going to make sure that we excel at that. I'm sure there's a lot more builders out there that would be that would jump at the opportunity to build a swap on Tap. And I wouldn't want to create a monopoly with Ghosty by taking everything. So I think as far as our business plan goes, we'll stick to cross-chain stuff for now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and you got any questions, Tom? Feel free to ask them.
Oh, well, I speak to Ghosty all the time, so...
He knows everything.
Yeah. No, I mean...
always in touch.
I totally agree with what you said there, though. Just especially with the amount of builders that we've got coming and potentially more in the future, hopefully. I mean, I get surprised on a daily basis these days on what people are doing and what people are building and the amount of innovation, especially recently in the DMT space and GameFi is awesome. And I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't think you should be spreading yourselves too thin. Not when Ghosty already has such a strong product. And like, I think looking at like the Telegram integration, you suddenly got millions of eyes that are going to see this product that in the past, it was only really us nerds on BRC20 and such that were being exposed to it. But, potentially you've just put the reach out like 100-fold. And to me, that sounds like a very smart business move to get that Telegram integration. And so, like letting someone else build the marketplace and in making sure that this tight integration, I think is a priority compared to just doing everything yourself.
Exactly.
Sure, yeah.
I want to add to that. I want to give a little piece of advice to the builders out there, because I do know that there's some builders that want to do everything and anything and everything, and I think you shouldn't. There's a concept called the hedgehog concept. I don't know if I explained this to you guys before, but I think I was talking to somebody from the track team telling them about it. It goes like this. A hedgehog's only move is when a predator comes, it literally goes into its, thingy position, ball position, and puts the spikes out, and the predator goes away. That's its one move. It does it perfectly. No one attacks it. And when you try to do multiple things at once, you lose your hedgehog concept, and you become something that can damage your brand. So when you're trying to build a product, if you have something good going, just make sure you make that outstanding. You excel at that one thing instead of, going into different things that aren't your cup of tea. So that's just one piece of advice from me. This is what I've followed from my personal developments in Ghosty. And I tell my team sometimes don't go too much into stuff that's not what we were planning to do initially. Don't spread yourself thin, as you said. So just a little word for the builders. Don't try and do too many things at once. Let other people build some other stuff as well. And we'll build a healthy, happy community in that sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
don't be the jack of all trades, be the master of one. Is what
Of
you're
one,
trying to
that's
say,
it.
right?
It kind of comes back to Elon has a principle about this, in that your knowledge base should be in the shape of a T-shirt. It sounds weird, but essentially you have people that are eye-shaped, right? They're very good at one thing only, right, like an eye. And then you have people that are jack of all trades, like you say. What you really want to be is you want a core speciality, and then you want to branch out from that at the top, because sometimes, like for me in particular, you can probably tell from behind me, I grew up playing piano. I'm a professional pianist. And I'm also a blockchain guy, right? I'm also into DeFi and all this stuff. Trying to find a niche that I am particularly suited for based on everything I've done in the past. It exists, right? It definitely exists, but it's hard to find. But sometimes in life, we end up in these strange spots where our unique distribution of talent has, in like multiple fields, let's say, has just proved to be the correct answer for a solution that we may not have known existed. And I think it's good to have a broad understanding of what's going on around you, but you also do need, you need your speciality. So I agree with that. You need a good wide knowledge base, but you need to be focused in a sense at least.
Yeah. So Tommy, you put any music on chain?
I haven't. No, not yet. No, I should. I remember there was a few things on EVM chains and a couple of projects I was looking at last bull run. I think Audius and things like that. And I have seen some on-chain stuff like the BRC 420 stuff. People were putting some music on there, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I wasn't really sure about how much of it wide span of user base. I think a lot of people were doing it just to. I might be completely way off on this, but at the time it seemed like it was people just designing music for the in-game world, overworld thing they were designing.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've really kept up with what's going on over there. Unfortunately, I've been very busy, but I would love to get back into it. And I think one of the guys from that you were interviewing last week was into a similar field. The Superfan guys, right? I was speaking to him because he seems like a very interesting, diverse, knowledge-based kind of guy, right? So I love that. See, I love talking to nerds, and if music comes into the equation at all, that makes it even better,
Yeah,
100%.
There's definitely some musicians on Bitcoin like Violetta, and we actually watched her live in New York. She performed, so there's some musicians for sure. That are connected more in the arts world of the Ordinals. So be cool to hear your piano music on there.
I'm planning to bust it out at the next live blockchain event. I normally go and hide in the VIP lounge and just play a bit of piano. No one bother me, please. I'm just chilling.
Yeah. Do you know if anyone's?
Sorry, go on.
Do you know if anyone from Tap or Track are going to be in Nashville?
I'm not 100% sure about Nashville. I think there's an event in Amsterdam next week that a lot of people are talking about going to. For Nashville, it's a bit short notice. Well, I think we did get tickets. We got some invites, I think, but I'm not sure whether it's something that we were able to do in time. I'm generally not the person to go to these events unless it's in the UK. But no, I'm not 100% sure. I would assume not. At this point, but I think for Amsterdam, yes.
Gotcha. All right, Taxman. If there was one thing, the audience would get excited about for what's coming with Ghosty, is there anything you can give them with that?
We did announce the perp decks last time, right? Or did I just announce it right now?
Well, I guess you just did, but that's super exciting. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, we spoke about it in our group chat, in the Ghosty chat, actually, the main chat. We mentioned it. So we have, I think we did mention that, see, because remember we told you we've got a partner who swapped, who traded about 60 billion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so we're working on that as well. But more than that, that's a trader's thing, right? I don't mess with leverage. I've been a trader since 2017, just like Tom. Technicals is my thing, drawing lines and all that stuff. I love it, and it works. But margins, I don't mess with margins.
Yeah,
I think it's
not trading.
For the Dgens out there, they'll love it. But me, personally, not my cup of tea. I'm more excited about the on-chain stuff. And I think everybody else will be more excited about on-chain as well. It actually fixes a need that is, it fixes a problem that's required in society today. Instead of the off-chain style swap that we have currently, there's a 15, 20-minute wait time, right? 10-minute wait time, which no one likes to wait. So I think even 10 minutes is something that I want to beat. I want to bring it down to a minute, half a minute. And I think on-chain fixes that. So personally, me, I think everyone should get really excited for on-chain. If you do swap a lot between, Bitcoin, Solana, BNB, Ethereum, all these chains, then on-chain is something you should definitely check out once you're ready. I've tried it myself. I love it. I think it changes the game, especially with our UI. That's all I'm going to say. I think wait for on-chain.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have one last question, if you don't mind. Being a cross-chain bridge, are you guys seeing any increased volume that would say that maybe we're coming out of this dead zone in ordinals? Anything on chain that you guys are seeing?
Or ordinals, or
Just in
stuff?
general, just in general, from anyone, any volume anywhere. Do you see excitement coming back at all?
We do. I literally had this conversation today. So I look at all the stats and stuff for our swaps. This month we actually had a really positive month. We made, I think it was about 20%, 25% more than what we make on average every month, just this month alone. And that's mainly from Solana, I believe, Solana swaps. So we're seeing some tingling coming from that side, So yeah, I think the excitement is going to come back around September time. There's a chart you should look at which shows the monthly returns for Bitcoin since it started. But I think September is a month where the market becomes very green and then starts to, become positive slowly. But next month might be a bit more choppy, I assume. But September, I truly believe is going to be, we're going to be back on our feet.
That's summer. I can't wait. It's always the way in crypto. Like, you can't say where the market direction is going to be over summer, but generally the trading volumes are a bit lackluster.
Winter time where we make money.
Well, I would say that it's always good to keep in mind that when things aren't that exciting, when fees are low, it's the best time to get in. It doesn't always feel like the best time. But for me personally, as a trader, I've always tried to keep an emotional log almost of how dumb do I feel buying today? And if it's 99% dumb, it's probably a good time to buy, right? It's you're oh my God, like last week when Bitcoin was crashing down to 53,000, I was like, right, internally I know that this is just the spring phase playing out and we're probably almost done correcting. But mentally you're looking at the chart and being what if it goes to zero? So it's, do you know what I mean? You've got it's cool to be emotional, it's fine. You just got to not trade it and have a bit of a balanced look about these things. And I'm certainly looking at the charts, and obviously price action doesn't lie, and we are seeing at least some rebounding in price action kind of all around, especially just in the general altcoin market. Bitcoin is still looking a bit sus. I mean, in real terms, it's back at 66K. It's not really a bother to me if it goes to 65 or 67. I don't really care about the short-term moves. And I think trying to have a 6-month overview is really helpful from not only for trading and investing, but also for how should things look from a builder point of view in the next few months. And right now, it's the best time to be building. It's not necessarily the best time to be releasing products. I mean, I think it's fine to release them now, but if you're trying to catch the hype wave, which is, it could be a bit of a dangerous thing. You don't really want to optimize for that. You don't want to over optimize for when is the biggest crowd going to be here, because they're going to be here at the end, right? That's how it works, right?
You'll know whenever the faucets are turned on, basically.
Yeah. If your grandma is telling you about Bitcoin, you should sell.
Exactly.
It's time to sell. So in a sense, we rely on being early and giving people cutting edge news. And part of that means that we're sometimes going to be looking stupid in the short term because they're what are you talking about? The market's doing terrible. But, it's a good time. It's this is a great time to buy and a great time to invest. It's just that a lot of projects, they're worried, and exchanges, obviously, exchanges are worried about volume. They're not necessarily worried about the price in the short term. They just want a lot of trading. And I think that that's where things are coming down to. And obviously, at the moment, the gas fees are super low still, and so that's a great time to get in. But it's worrying from a on-chain activity point of view, because it just means at least not many people are minting, right? There's not a lot of minting going on.
Yeah,
you can say that,
100%.
Yeah.
So buy when you feel stupid, sell when you feel smart, right?
I personally love this market, to be honest. The lower it goes, when you're a trader, when you're a new trader, you're scared. You're like, oh, it's going to go to zero. But the second the thing got adopted, what's it called, the ETF, there's no way it's going to zero ever again. I'll assure that, put my life on the line. When institutions buy, they make money, and there's no one that they would let Bitcoin go to zero at this point. That's number one. So I'll buy all day. Matter of fact, I'll say one thing. People are gonna hate me for it. I wish it goes lower so I can buy more. I wish Bitcoin goes to 40 again so I can buy more. That's number one. Number two is there's no one rushing you when you're a builder. When the Bitcoin's low, because everyone's just like, oh, what's Bitcoin? No one really cares what your project is in your token, and that gives you time. As a builder, you don't want your devs to be stressed. You don't want your team to be getting told that, hey, the price is going on. You haven't done anything. What are you doing? Come on, rush. So for me, I love it. This is vacation for me. When the price goes up, oh hell, I'm gonna be back on work.
We actually hear that a lot from builders, man.
I would say that's definitely the case. The same here, and the same with Ghosty, is that, like you were saying earlier, we're not like the majority supply holder of TAP, of Track, and you guys of Ghosty. It's like
exactly.
we may have some individual tokens, but we do care about price, right? Ultimately, we want people to be bullish. We want the market to be bullish. We want to see great sentiment, but it's not our primary concern, right? If price is low in the short term, we're like, well, go buy some, right? It's a good time to buy probably. The lower the sentiment seems to be on Telegram, I'm just like, right, okay, I'm just gonna buy some more because it's obvious. It's such a great indicator because you're getting. You're not getting retail, you're getting scared retail. You're getting they might be great traders and stuff, but if they're crying in the Telegram, well, I'm being mean, but if they're complaining in the Telegram or asking when this, it's showing that they're a bit emotionally unstable at the time, and that's not not to mock them in any way, because we all get like this, especially if we've invested heavily into a project. But for me, that just shows that, well, we're probably at the bottom. Anyone that was going to dump has probably already done it. And and I think that's great about the perps, because even as not a perp trader, it's something that adds a lot of value to the ecosystem. And being able to trade both directions is obviously super important as well, especially for degens.
Yeah,
I agree.
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been another awesome Tap Tuesdays. We appreciate you guys spending your time and telling the audience and the Bitcoin ecosystem community what you guys have coming. We're excited for the marketplace. We're excited for the ecosystem. We know that it's going to come, but it's going to come at the right time, right? So appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday will be the perfect time.
Well, I'm normally good, and I'm really hope that I have some more finalized dates, but if any kind of closing remarks, what I would say is that these things don't work overnight, and they require a lot of moving pieces to be put into place. And so we're talking for me personally, and I think a lot of the team of Echo Dissentment, is you need robust wallets, robust marketplace, and then TGE, right? You need and so we're not necessarily waiting on one or the other, but the whole trifecta needs to be in place.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, man.
All right.
I think we're good.
Well, yeah. So we appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Goodbye.
See you, Tex, man.
Take it easy.
See you, Tom. Absolutely amazing. Once again, another successful Tap Tuesday. We hope you guys enjoyed this. We do this, guys, for you. Educating now in this kind of dead zone is what we love to do. We love to kind of push projects that we think are going to be amazing going forward into these little pockets of hell that we're in, right? When nothing is going up, everything is going down. So, but the people that are here now, the people that are watching these projects and watching these videos are going to be so successful. And we've seen that last August, right? We've seen that last September. And the people that are buying then were really successful in October. Will that happen again this year? I don't know. We could have another 100 days of sideways and bullshit. But I'm very optimistic that we won't. I'm very optimistic that we're going to see green very soon, and that could be by the end of this week. But we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. And guys, if you have a minute, check out our partners, Ordinal Hive, the Blur of Bitcoin. They have their beta out. If you're a Hive Pass holder, make sure you reach out to them through their Discord so you can get added to the beta site and you can start using it and earn points. Those points will turn into tokens most likely. And so check them out. Also, Fluid Tokens, they are a permissionless runes DEX on Bitcoin's native layer. They're builders from Cardano. They're experienced UTXO builders. So make sure you're utilizing their platform to earn points as well. VDEX is supposed to have some big news coming. They're also a Bitcoin Layer 1 DEX on Merlin. And then we have Traverse Labs, a TAP protocol utility project, the #1 security solution for Bitcoin Layer 1 assets.
100%. And then, guys, if you wouldn't mind heading over to ordinalrevolution.com, we have some of the best articles. We have a new one here right now all about Nashville, so check this out. And if you still need tickets, it's not too late. You can kind of click here. Get 21% off if you pay in Bitcoin. Check it out. And, we also have a store. So check out our merch store right here. We have some of the best stuff in Ordinals, guys. So just check this out. We'd appreciate just taking a look. Even if you don't want to end up purchasing anything, it just helps us out, gets more views to it, makes us look better in the analytics, which we enjoy looking at, right? So thank you guys so much. We'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow. Yagobi will be traveling. I got 8 Satoshi tomorrow, so check us out. We will not have a show Thursday and Friday, and then we'll be back Monday. Next week will be exactly just like normal, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. So check us out, guys. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow and next week.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.